Welcome to another week on Barefoot Sail and Dive. This week we are hoping to crack on to some more interesting jobs. So hopefully no more of this bottom stuff. I think we've decided that while we have Greg here, we're going to do some of the jobs that it's good to have two people with. Davy can do the painting with me later on, and we can do all the painting maybe up to the tow rail all at once. So while we have Greg, we're going to use him to his fiberglassing abilities and move to some of the other jobs. So let's crack on and stay tuned for what happens this week. Hi, we are Erica and Davy, an adventurous, slightly crazy couple who has taken on the challenge of restoring a hurricane-damaged catamaran. It isn't easy, but we are seeing progress from all our hard work. Subscribe to our channel to follow our journey. You must tell yourself, no matter how hard it is or how hard it gets, I'm going to make it. So it's really exciting. So Davy has actually moved on to not working on the bottom anymore.
No, I've started working on the sugar scoop. We'll show you that in a moment. The reason for this being, Greg's finishing up the sanding of the fairing filler. And a couple of evenings back we actually sat down and we made a priority list of what we need to do to get this boat in the water. Yeah. So literally we're working through that list, and then obviously we're never going to get the boat completely finished here. No. So we're going to work through this list, get everything done that we can on that list, get splashed hopefully in about a month's time, and then we'll continue with some of the other smaller jobs here. Maybe we'll even take you guys somewhere else. Maybe we've gone on an adventure. We've even been chatting maybe about Guatemala for a seat for a There's another blooper. Gonna be good for bloopers this week.
No, so we made a list of jobs that we need to do that have to be done while we're on the hard. So that obviously includes the painting up to the tow rail, some work inside,
yeah, we got some work to do in the bilges and on a couple of the bulkheads.
Yeah, and we want to make sure those are solid before we go back in the water. It's going to be interesting this week because we're going to see if Davy's going to get the parts from Barahona.
I'm actually leaving tomorrow morning at 5 AM.
Yeah, so I'm going to be by myself for a couple days. Oh.
She should be fine.
Freedom!
Yeah, more like you'll be crying and I miss you.
It's like a vacation for me. No, so it's going to be really interesting to see what parts we get, and that's going to speed things up immensely. Thank you for everyone who reached out and sent us a little bit of cash to help out with that.
Yeah, help out with that.
Because
fantastic.
That's incredible. Thank you very, very much.
No, you're rambling, yeah.
Starting to look so good.
Alright guys, so with the sugar scoop here, it has been rebuilt. I believe someone made a mould and made a new sugar scoop, but obviously they weren't spending the amount of time to make it sort of polished, if you will. So they slapped a load of gel coat on, which has been peeling off. And also after doing a bit of sanding, I'm glad I did, because I did find, I'm going to grab the camera for a second. I did find a couple of areas, like for example here, here and here, where it's a lot thinner. What? So there were some areas where even the sander just went through. So my idea is here, I'm going to get all this gel coat off, or most of it, get it back to bare glass, and then I'm going to do some strengthening work along the sides and these other patches before then putting some fairing filler on. And at a later date I'm going to remake the non-skid that goes on, but I'm not going to do that here. We can do that in the water. I'll make a mold, like a reverse mold, and make those, and we can glue them on and fair around them. So it's going to be nice and strong and ready for us to paint it to get in the water, basically.
Trying to just get some before shots, because it doesn't look very nice. Okay guys, so when Greg arrived, he brought us some awesome underwater lights. So we're super happy to install these. Davy's going to come up with some sort of plan to put them on the boat to get the best angle. But we're super excited, so thank you so much, Greg. We're really excited. Hi, you.
One shot, Davy.
Alright guys, so with these underwater lights that we're going to be installing, the direction of light beam that we want is pretty much in this direction. It says not to just attach them straight to the hull if it's on the running surface. So I'm going to make these little pods for them, if you will. So this is just basically going to be a mould. I'm not actually going to use the whiskey box. And I'm going to make these. So I'm conforming to the shape of the hull to make a mould. And we'll make 2 of these, 1 for either side. So the light will be mounted here, the cable going through and then drilled into the hull, and then this can be glassed onto the hull itself. And that should be a great little job.
Where do you get the idea from?
So the idea, I have seen this done before on a couple of boats. I know Parlay did it, and I think it might have been sailing the Zatara as well. So this is the idea that you don't get drag, and we don't want the light going straight down. It's the waste of the light. We want that coming out in here. If we put it on this flat surface here, it would actually work quite well. So that is the other option. We either put it here or we put it in a pod down here. I'm playing with ideas at the minute. What do you reckon, guys? Leave it in the comments.
Yes.
All right, guys. So I'm laminating these ones up, and I'm using some polyester resin that we've got left over. It's not a repair, so there's no reason to use the expensive resin to actually just make the shell of these. What we'll use is the epoxy to actually seal them afterwards and to attach them to the hull. So just to make the main body, it's going better. This one's going better than the other one. We've thinned out the polyester. I think it's a little bit old as well, and so we've thinned it out a little bit with some acetone. Seems to be going in a bit better. Shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Good thing you have a technical advisor.
Yeah, thanks Chris.
You're welcome.
Probably won't work. Someone's going to now comment you should never mix polyester and
It'll never cure
acetone.
properly now. But it spreads better.
It spreads a damn sight better.
Alright, good morning everybody. Today Davy is actually down south in Barahona. So he left yesterday. Easy drive down there. He managed to borrow a truck from a friend of ours, so it was a much better drive than the last time we went down there. He met with the chicken man, with George, last night, and apparently it went really well. Found some of the bits and pieces that he had in his back shop, and this morning they're supposed to be meeting at 9 o'clock, so in about 15 minutes, and then they'll be cutting the boat apart, hopefully. So I'm not going to get my hopes up until they're back here with everything. But it's sounding quite good, and we're cracking on here. So I stayed back with Fox and Greg. Fox didn't need to go on a long journey like that. She's still recovering from her little sickness. And Greg is cracking on with more of the fairing. Or at least it sounds like it with the scraping. So hopefully it's another good day here, and Davy should be back tomorrow, and everything is happy. We're moving forward. You can almost see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay, good morning guys. So we've made it down to Barahona. Got down here yesterday afternoon. Spoken with George, all is good. We're meeting him here at 9 o'clock this morning. So we're actually going to start dissecting this boat to get the parts we need. This is the donor boat. We're going to cut out a few sections, take some rub rails, some cabin top, some perspex that can work with it too. So there's lots of useful parts for us here. This boat is anyway, it's pretty much finished anyway, so we might as well take the last little bits before she goes to the scrapyard. Alright guys, we've got the tools set up. Just want to give a little bit of a shout out here. We got Curly, say hi to the guys, and we got Chris, who've come down with me for this little road trip, help me sort this little project out. So let's get cracking with it. Alrighty guys, so job's been done, we've cut everything up. This is how you chop up a catamaran and put it in the back of a pickup. Thanks again, John, for the lend of your truck. Don't worry, we have got lots of rags and cardboard paper between everything. Not going to give you any scratches. Big thank you to George, our friend here. Turn the camera around if you will. I just say thank you, George. Okay. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much.
Alright, Greg, why don't you tell the YouTube world who you are a little bit and what you did for a living and why you're so good at fiberglassing.
My name's Greg Tarbett. I work for a major corporation in the airline industry for 31 years, 10 of it being composites and spraying paint on composites. And with that, about 3 or 4 years on the respirator. The reason why I'm down here is Davy and Erica need a little help with their boat. I'm very interested in chasing a fixer-upper boat, so I decided to get not only a little acquainted with the program and see what it is like up on the hard, but also seemed like every time Davy got one repair, he got 2 more. He found 2 more, so I thought I'd come down here and give my hand.
Yep.
And so that's why I'm here doing the best I can and get him back on the water.
Yep. And he's doing a fantastic job. He's making it go so much quicker. The fairing and the sanding, it takes ages, so he's doing such a good job. Thank you, Greg. It has been a crazy morning around here. Davey got back yesterday with all the parts from the boat down in Barahona. So they're trying to cut off the windows off of that. I've been stripping everything out of the house and putting it into the 2 bathrooms so that everything's prepared to get dusty inside here. So I'll take you down this way. So on our side, our bathroom is chock full of stuff. All the shelves are empty. The bedroom is empty. Bit dirty. We'll get onto that later. But all that stuff is up there. We're going to seal that door off with a bit of plastic and a bit of tape so that no dust gets in there. I've already closed off some of the bits and pieces so nothing can get in. And we've done the same with the other side as well. So we've taken the mattresses out. The mattresses were smelling a little bit moldy and a little bit mildewy. So we've taken them to town. Hopefully someone will have like a steam cleaner so we can get them cleaned. Otherwise, we'll just find someone who will clean them for us. So while we're living off of the boat in the apartment for a week and a half, we can get them cleaned and sorted so that when we come back on, everything will be good. So this bathroom is even more full than our side. So it has the mainsail, it has motor parts, it has the cushions from the sofa, it has our one and only fishing rod. Lots of good biddies. Biddies? Bits. It's a bit noisy. So the windows are proving a little bit difficult to get off.
Alright guys, this is absolutely crazy trying to get these windows off of this cabin top. We need to take them off so we can actually cut and paste this part. And yeah, there's a team of about 4 or 5 of us trying to get these windows out. It's not easy. Emerson, what do you reckon?
Yes, man, no easy. It's really easy to put it, not to take it out.
So what is it actually holding on?
Glue.
Glue?
It's like a
rubber?
foam and then a rubber type glue, maybe a Sikaflex or something. But
any other
very
Fontaine owners out there, your windows are very secure.
yeah, well, I'd say that, but then there's a couple of windows which actually are parted at the top. So the sun has actually damaged the seat flex at the top of a few of the windows. That's a 2008 version that we've got these windows out of. So be careful. Check the top seals. UV obviously damages the glue, but it hasn't damaged it on these ones, and we can't get them out.
But how does it damage the UV if there's an eyebrow?
Don't know the answer to that. Emerson's getting deep. Don't stab yourself in the leg, brother. I don't have to take you to hospital. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Next week we're going to be cracking on with the cabin top itself. As you can see, I've removed the solar panel so we can start working on the top section here. So see you next week. If you haven't subscribed, get on with it.
So guys, it's super exciting. I don't know why I bounced.
I don't know why you bounced either. She bounced. That was a blooper if ever I've seen one.
Alright guys, welcome to our apartment. What was that?
That was
your knife.
my flick knife.
Welcome to Landline. Alright, so this needs to go on the hook that's all the way up there.
And we can't reach.
Don't jump on.
Don't do that, don't do that. How are we going to reach? I reckon I can climb up there and reach.
Oh, be careful.